Hey, what's up? This is Juice from Juice Plop's Happy Hour, bringing you After Hours. We just did our 9th podcast this past Sunday. It was a pretty good podcast. I had a lot of fun. For those that are actually following us, which there's probably like 3 of you, but for those of you that are following our YouTube and our actual podcast, we have changed a little bit. Right now, we haven't really settled on a name, but we are Juice and Plop's Happy Hour, now with Rage. And we did this because we brought on another co-host. And we started him off as a special guest because he's very knowledgeable about comics and games. And we thought it'd be fun just to have him on to talk about it. Once he was on, we really liked how everything was flowing together. So we brought up an offer for him and said, hey, if you want to be part of this permanently from now on out, let's go ahead and do it. So we fleshed out a couple details here and there, and we're rolling with it. So it's taken a couple podcasts to kind of streamline everything, make sure all of us are a little bit more cohesive, I guess you could say. Just learning, different things about each other. And that's why our podcasts have been 3 to 4 hours long, which we're hoping to cut it down to about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Just long enough to smoke a cigar throughout the podcast and keep everything rolling. And we're getting there. We went from 4 hours to 3 hours, so maybe another 2 podcasts will be down to that 2-hour mark. But it's been a lot of fun, and he actually has a YouTube channel, and I'm not sure what we're going to do about it or how we're going to do it. If we're going to keep Juice and Pop's Happy Hour separate from his channel, or if we're going to somehow combine the two and do it that way. But for now, we're going to keep it separate. Of course, everyone will find out what happens later on. So anyway, podcast number 9. We reviewed the CI, their blend, Cigars International's Blendlab, their RH5554 cigar, which is a Robusto 5.5 inches, I believe, by 54. I think that was the ring gauge on it. This cigar was beautiful. Check out the last video. You see it has a pigtail on it, very retro Cuban-esque like, and some loose leaf tobacco at the foot. I thought it was going to be a long smoke. We all did, just based on the size of it. It had a lot of girth to it, and we figured it was going to be about an hour and a half smoke. Once we got that puppy cut and lit up, the draw on it was super easy. I mean, I'm talking, it was almost too easy for me. You got a lot of air, but the weird thing was, you got a lot of smoke too, which usually doesn't happen. Usually if a cigar is a very easy draw and you get a lot of air, you're not going to get a lot of smoke. And this one was just bountiful in that aspect. You started off with a nice pepper kick, some heat to it, nice wood flavor, and the pepper came from the Habano leaf, and it was a strong cigar. It was packed with Ligero. One thing I really liked about this was they used every part of the plant. They used the Ligero Seco and can't remember the other part of the plant. Ligero's the top, Seco is maybe middle or bottom, and Ligero Seco and something else. But they use all parts of the plant. I think the whole cigar originated in the Dominican Republic. Check out my last video. I have all the information on the cigar on that one. I'm just pulling this out from memory. But start off, nice pepper, nice heat, a little bit of cedar. You got down about halfway, the pepper faded, still has some spice, woods, a little bit of, I got a little bit of a salt taste, and like a earthy kind of taste, like a grassy kind of earth taste. And then the last third of it, it was pretty much the same as at the halfway point, but there was no heat. And yeah, it was a good cigar though. It was really good. For $6.50 a stick, definite must-have cigar. But you can only order it from Cigars International. You're not gonna find it in your local tobacco shop. Interesting. Plop had to put down his cigar because he started feeling real queasy. Not sure what the deal was. Me and Rage, we did just fine with it. We don't know, maybe the Ligero, he wasn't expecting that real strong Ligero to hit him, or maybe he just had one too many Maker's Mark. I don't know, but that's another thing. We paired the cigar with a Maker's Mark, which really enhanced the sweetness of the cigar. So definitely a good match right there. The RH5554 with Maker's Mark. We gave it an 80.6 out of 100, and it was one of the higher rated cigars that I've personally given, but Plop gave it a little bit lower, and I think it's just because of that queasiness that he felt. So, yeah, moving on. Let's get some comics real quick. All-Star Western. We talked about this on the podcast. Jonah Hex meets up with some of the old Waynes, Alan Wayne, his wife. He goes to their mansion, meets up with them, is going to get some help. At the end of it, Nighthawk and Cinnamon Girl make an appearance. What's going to happen? I don't know. Read it and find out. Aquaman. Kind of a, it was misleading title. Aquaman is a misleading title because this issue is all about Mara. And what does she do? She goes to the store to get dog food. I know, huge adventure for most people, For Mara, even more so. What happens? Well, she gets sexually harassed, breaks the guy's arm, gets arrested, and then sucks the water out of a guy's body. Yeah, I know. All that just because she wanted some dog food. Kind of a transition issue, I guess. Not really that good, especially compared to the other Aquamans. This issue, yeah, whatever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 7, right here. You got the Mousers. You got Splinter. You got the Turtles. This was our pick of the week, and for a very good reason. It's because IDW is doing it big with the Turtles. This is a must-have series. Especially for Turtle fans, you will love it. The whole origin that they went with, it's not so far out of it that you're not going to dislike it, but it's their origin with a twist. And the whole reincarnation factor that they're throwing in here is awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a definite must-have series. In this issue, we get to meet Krang. Remember Krang? Yeah, he's pretty BA now. I'll just put it that way. He's one Bamf. And then you got the Mousers, made an appearance in the last issue. You got Baxter Stockman running things in his corporation. They're just, I really don't know what to say except it's an awesome series. It really is. It's awesome. Batman Dark Knight. Bane breaking Batman's back. This was a pretty good issue for the Dark Knight. Pretty action-packed. There's one thing I want to say. There's a double splash page in here of Bane just wrecking Batman. And it was awesome. Justice League Dark number 6. You want to come in here? Okay. Justice League Dark, number 6. I think I'm the only one on the podcast that really enjoys this comic. Not really much to say. I really like the whole supernatural mystic thing that they're going with in here. Plop doesn't like it because he doesn't understand what's going on. Rage doesn't like it because he's only read issue 6, I think, and he doesn't care about any of the characters. I, on the other hand, don't really care about the characters, but as a team, I think it's pretty cool. They all hate each other for different reasons, and it's based in magic and supernatural. That's why I enjoy it. Voodoo number 6. This issue picked up where number 5 left off. We find Voodoo is the clone. In this one, the clone gets loose. I think he was, or she rather, was saved by Blackjack and the other agent. I can't remember her name, but not really sure where this comic is heading. Really like the story behind it. Who's it going to be focused on? Is it going to be focused on the clone, or is it going to be focused on the real Priscilla? And the fact that she was a stripper in the first issue has not come into play at all in any other issue. So it's just part of her character history. No big deal. We're not even sure if the real Priscilla was a stripper. Alright, X-Men Legacy. This is pretty much left off where the last one left off. the X-Men are chasing after Exodus, who is chasing after Cyclops. And Exodus wants to kill Cyclops because he thinks that's the reason why the team split up. The X-Men go to stop that. So that's all that happened. No big deal.
Excuse me. Sorry. I need my stuff.
Give me stuff. Wolverine and the X-Men. What is it? Kid Omega, Wolverine go to another planet, to a casino that makes enough money in one day to buy an entire planet. They go there with the intentions of winning money to save the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning Mutants, or whatever it's called. And the idea is for Wolverine to be the actual player, the dealer, and Kid Omega is supposed to count the cards and read the people's mind around them and everything like that. That way they can win cuckoo bucks. And of course, it's never that easy, especially with Kid Omega. He's a troublemaker. He's going to ruin it for him. How's he ruin it for him? Well, read it and find out. Right, babe?
Read it and find out.
Read it and find out. Nope, that's everything. Let's see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. There'll be a new comic book day coming out and new cigars. I think I might try to hook up with Rage and we can just do a little combo video. Plop right now is in Florida. We're not going to be able to do our podcast Sunday for that cigar. So we will quickly review it on the next podcast that we actually do.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. Get it? It's like doo-doo. So yeah, that's the big plan. Is just we're not gonna do anything this weekend with the podcast, like I said, because Plop is in Florida, and I'm gonna go because my wife is hawing, and I'm guessing the dog probably got into trash. There you go. Dogs ate cotton balls. Gotta go.